What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. Happy Monday night. You know what I mean? We are up on this Monday night. We're going to talk about some good stuff today. We're going to talk about, Jordan Love, potential new contract. We're going to talk about some rule changes and what's going on with the Green Bay Packers, tonight. And I'll be hammering the comments, too, so make sure you're commenting and whatnot. And be part of the show. We are live over on YouTube with a Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. Like, if you have a live streaming service, I'm live in that thing. But also, be sure that you're checking out the podcast, the Matt Raymond Show. You can listen on Apple, Spotify, all the places people listen to podcasts. And there you go. You know what I mean? Big shout to Quick Trip sponsor of the show. Quick Trip is giving away Chicken for Life. I believe it ends in April. So make sure you're going to Quick Trip. You're getting your grilled chicken, and you are using your Quick Rewards app, and you could be winning some chicken for life. You know what I mean? Big shout to Quick Trip sponsor show. What is up, Stevenson? How are you tonight, Mr. Ramage? I am fantastic tonight. You know what I mean? Before we get into this thing, because I think the first thing we're going to talk about here, I actually prepared for this thing today. We got stuff to talk about. A big shout to Nicolay Law as well, sponsoring me. And they are working with Quick Trip, and they're giving away gas cards. I think $500 a week over Nicolay Law is helping out with some gas cards for some people with Quick Trip. It's a beautiful thing. So big shout to Nicolay Law helping the community. And if you need a lawyer, be sure to check them out. You know what I mean? All right, so we're going to talk about some good stuff today. There's some stuff to talk about over here. We are going to start her off with I do want to give a shout to this call-in show. All right, call in, leave a voicemail, be part of the show. 920-328-5103. I'm not going to be taking calls tonight, but if you have anything you want to add to this conversation that we're having today, be sure to call in. And then later in the week, because I'm going to be doing this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will use some of those calls this week, and it'll be a good old time. You know what I mean? All right, but I do want to I want to start this thing off. You know what I mean? First of all, big shout out to everyone who's tuning in live. But I want to talk about Good a little bit. We got to give Good his props. All right? If we are talking about, it's draft time. Everyone's talking about the draft and who are the Packers going to draft. People might not believe in what Goody's been doing. But, dude, Goody's been doing it. In the 2022-2023 draft, I'm just going to name out some players right here that we got. Key contributors: Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, Christian Watson, Zach Tom, Romeo Dobbs, Kingsley Engelbar. I'm so bad at that name. I apologize. Rasheed Walker, Lucas Van Ness, Luke Musgrave, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, Devontae. I stuck with that name too. Wicks. I'm bad at reading tonight. You know what I mean? Carl Brooks, Carrington Valentine. Dude, Goody I think he has earned the trust of the people. I have not, because I can't read. I can't talk right now tonight. But he has done well. You know what I mean? And in these last two drafts, people are talking about this rebuild. That's all I heard all last offseason. And even into the season, I was saying it too. Like, it was like a little mini rebuild. I didn't think it was like a complete rebuild, because when you rebuild something, you tear it down and you bring it back. They didn't really do that last year. They got a new quarterback, a lot of young offensive players throughout the drafts or whatnot, but the defense was still there. And now the defense is going to be a little bit different going into next year. But I believe that Goody has earned a little respect, a little trust. I know a lot of Packer fans ain't down with that. You know what I mean? What's up, Caleb? He said, "You the man, Matt. I appreciate you." Ron, he's been finding some great players at all levels of the draft, and that's just it. Like, I'm not a big draft guru and whatnot. I'm not the one to give a feedback on draft, but he has drafted guys who are playing right now. The last two drafts, he's been absolutely killing it. I don't think that there's any reason to think that Goody is not that dude. Dude, I got me a new stool. I've been standing since I got the new desk. I ordered a stool. I'm not sure if I like it. I feel very wobbly. I feel like if I had a few beers, I might just, very top heavy is all I'm saying. I might go down on this thing. You know what I mean? But all right, here we go. All right, so let's talk about Jordan Love a little bit. Jordan Love, new contract coming up. I was looking at let's see if I got it right here. I was looking at, this is the wrong one. Let me find this. I got all the quarterbacks, the highest paid quarterback. Here it is, the top 10 highest paid NFL quarterbacks. So I want to kind of compare this with the people. Hopefully, people hammer out in the chat too. Let me know what you think. See like where to pay Jordan Love. Where could I saw a lot of people saying, he only had this 1 year and he's got to prove it, but that's just not how it's going to go. They're going to Jordan Love's about to get paid. But let's look at the number one top paid quarterback this season is Joe Burrow at $55 million, right? Then you got Justin Herbert. He's at $52 million. Lamar Jackson at $52 million. Jalen Hurts, $51 million. Kyler Murray, $46 million. Deshaun Watson, $46 million. Kirk Cousins, $45. Patrick Mahomes, $45. Josh Allen, $43. Daniel Jones, $40. Matthew Stafford, $40. And Dak Prescott, $40. So where would you put him? Because you're not paying a quarterback for what he did. So everyone's saying like, well, he didn't prove enough. But if they believe and he believes, and they all know that he's going to be that dude, then they gotta shell out that money. They gotta shell out that bag, as they say. And I'm not sure like where you'd put him, but like I would rather have Jordan Love than Kyler Murray for sure. Jalen Hurts is at 51. I think you got to put him like right in that 50 range. I'm not like I'm not no cap expert either of what guys should be getting paid, but I think he's got to be, right in that 50 range, however you want to put it. Like let's hammer the chat here, see what they think. Caden says 44 million. We got another one over here, 46 to 48 would be nice. 44 a year. Yeah, so like I think he's right there with that 45 to 50. I think that his people are going to be trying to get more towards that 50. The Packers might be trying to get towards that 45, but they're definitely not going to try to lowball Jordan Love. Like people are saying, like, that they should try to get as cheap as they can. And I get that, but if he is your future, you don't want like right out the gate, you're like trying to lowball him. And you obviously don't want a quarterback who like wants to get all this money. And then people are talking about like, they ain't got no more for everyone else. It worked out for the Chiefs, that they paid Patrick Mahomes a ton. There's ways to do it, and I definitely think that he deserves his money, but it isn't my money either, you know what I mean? I'm not the one paying it. Steve says at least $50 million minimum, but also give him guaranteed money with a bunch of incentives. Yeah, I would think that if it went below 50, there'd be a bunch of crazy incentives. I probably are going to be anyways, like playoffs and Super Bowl, like all those like big ones, division, all that. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of other ones in there too. But yeah, he's definitely going to get the bag. He deserves it. Like he was saying, like he only had 1 year. I don't buy into that because it's what you think. Like the reason Aaron Jones is not a Packer anymore is because they thought that it wasn't worth it to pay him, that they could pay someone else to get that same productivity. It's like I'm not sure if that's exactly what it means, but obviously their negotiations broke down. But it's not about what they did because Aaron Jones did a ton for this team, like insane amount last year. He was huge. So with Jordan Love, I think it's the same thing. Like it's about next season. What are they going to get for him in the next 4 years? And they're pumped for him. Like he's been. I've seen a little bit of what Gutekunst said today at his press conference. I think there's like some kind of coaches GM conference or whatever. They got a lot of stuff going on. And he was kind of saying like Jordan Love, like they know what he is, right? Because he's been here for 4 years. Like it ain't like it's kind of a mystery. They know the kind of dude he is. They know the kind of work he puts in. They know the effort that he's got, the drive. They know everything about him. They know his favorite color. I don't know if that matters a ton, but they know everything about him. So I think that's kind of like what I saw from Gutekunst today. All right, let's get to a comment here. Jake says, my question is, how do you think he will do now that the league has a year of tape on him now? I think he's going to do fine. I don't really know. I mean, I think the tape thing is real because now they got a lot of film on you. They can kind of see like maneuvers, like what you like to do when you get pressured from the right and like all those types of different things. But I still think that he's gonna be just fine. Like I think this offense is gonna be so good. I really do. I know I'm just a biased Packer fan, but I really do. I feel like this team is young. They had a nice little practice last season, and this season they're really gonna get after it. I will say I do not like this stool I'm sitting on. I can't even see. I gotta like look over stuff. I'm probably not gonna use this too much. But here we go. I think Derek said I think we wait until he's 46 games in next year before they hand him a bag. I don't know. I don't know about that. I get the thinking for sure. I'm not sure if that is, yeah, I'm not sure if that is how it will be done or how it's done. I think they probably want to get that done before the season, so he's focused on football. But like, I get it because like I understand the people saying that we want to see more, but like I think that they think the same way I think is that he's that dude. So let's just get out of the way. Let's give him his bag and move on. But we shall see. Steve says I think Jordan would be one of those quarterbacks that would take less pay to keep more talent around him, to keep working. I don't think he's ready to be the top paid quarterback yet. I mean, I don't know that he wants to be the top paid quarterback in the league, but like this first big deal, I feel like you got to go for the bag. Like you can't be giving discounts right out the gate because he could have a severe injury and then that's it. And that's his thing. Like most of these quarterbacks that take like these family, team friendly discounts, they got money. Like Jordan Love, he didn't get the big payday yet. So I mean, not that he's broke. He ain't out there asking Jair to buy his lunch or nothing like that. But I think before you start giving out those, discounts, you got to make sure that you're good to go in case something like crazy stupid happens. Jake said he certainly showed he's talented. He is the real deal. I absolutely believe that he is the real deal. He's obviously talented. Like he did it. He just got to do it consistently. And people keep saying it like it's a bad thing. It's like it was his first year starting. So like I need to see it consistently. He wasn't that good at the beginning, middle of the season. It's like, yeah, well, that was his first year starting. Everyone said last season they were going to go through ups and downs. His offense is going to be struggling a little bit. They did way better than I expected. And especially even like people talk about Aaron Jones. When Aaron Jones was hurt, they kind of figured it out. Like they struggled a lot when Aaron Jones was missing at first. But eventually they kind of got it figured out, like how to win without him a little bit. I don't know like the numbers, whatnot. And that's not a dog at Aaron Jones at all. I'm just saying how important Aaron Jones was. At some point, they did kind of figure that out a little bit. You know what I mean? But here we go. What's up, Ron? He says, I hope they get it done before the season. Yeah, I think it's going to get done pretty quick, actually. I have no reason to believe that. But, like, I think that they're probably working on it. They want to get this done. Actually, I know they are. I think there's reports saying that they're working on it. Steve said the big question is, what would Mr. Ramage demand if he was the starting quarterback? Dude, I would take anything they can give me. Just allow me to quit my job. I'm going to be good. You know what I mean? Big shout out to people watching on Instagram too. As you see over there. How do you like the Josh Jacobs pickup? Yeah, I talked about this before. I love it. I mean, I was upset that they let Aaron Jones go. Aaron Jones is one of my favorite players, and he'll always be. Aaron Jones is going to be a Packer legend forever. He'll come back after his playing time is over. He'll be in Lambeau Field. People will love him. It'll be a good time. But if you're going to replace him, Josh Jacobs is not a bad player to replace him with. Whew, talking is not easy for me today. All right, so let's move on to the next one over here. What do we got over here? Oh yeah, this kind of mixes in right here. I think it was Sleeper on Twitter said, name an organization better at drafting and developing a quarterback. And I just want to touch on this real quick is like, dude, what the Packers have been doing. And I'm not saying that Jordan Love's in the Hall of Fame. Whenever I talk about this, people act like I'm saying that Jordan Love is like the GOAT and he's like this and that, but he's a franchise quarterback. So they went from Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. Jordan Love looks like he's, chapter 1, looking pretty good right now. Looks like it's going to be a nice novel. But like, we'll see what happens. But going from Favre to Rodgers was crazy. Like everyone old enough to know what that was. And it was kind of the same thing. Like when Rodgers left and like Jordan Love was even drafted, everyone was like crazy. It was the same thing, a little bit different. But Jordan Love looked like he's off to a good start. And like what the Packers do is they draft and develop. And like nobody, like now people are starting to talk about like, maybe it's better to have quarterbacks sit. Like you think maybe? Like even like the Bears, they keep getting the number 1 pick. They draft a quarterback, throw him in right away, no offensive line, he gets murdered. Look what happened to RG3 in Washington. Like, and I'm not saying that RG3 like should have sat definitely after he got hurt because like, some players are just ready to go right out the gate. I'm not saying Jordan Love wasn't, but I think a lot of people at that time were like, that's the game plan for Jordan Love. If you're smart, is to let him sit, let him develop, which they did. Perfect situation, sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. But I think other teams are starting to see that. You know what I mean? And shout out to the Packers for getting it done. All right, so let's get moving over here. I want to talk about this potential new NFL kickoff rules. All right, so I think I got I saved a tweet up here. Let's see if I can find this thing. Man, this mouse. All right, here we go. We got a tweet from, I think it's Tom Pellicero, if I say his name right. Yeah, he said the NFL Competition Committee um, met today and unanimously approved a tweak to the proposed NFL hybrid kickoff rule, making touchbacks that go into the end zone on the fly come out to the 30-yard line rather than the 35 per source. The change provides kickers teams a less punitive option if they don't want to take a chance on a. All right, I can't see because that banner's there. But like everyone kind of heard like what the kickoff rules were. Like they're gonna have it set up. I think it's like XFL was like that, or some other league was like that, where nobody moves until the ball is caught. I think it's kind of an interesting thing for kickoffs. A lot of people are like, just get rid of kickoffs. If you're gonna do that, just get rid of the kickoffs altogether. I wouldn't get rid of the kickoffs. I think that was a key reason why like Keyshawn Nixon was kept. And I think it might revive because like back in the day, like people like Devin Hester, like people would be on a team, like they would draft players for kickoffs. But then the NFL kind of took kickoffs like out of the equation a little bit by all these dumb rules that they make. The NFL they got some doozy rules. We'll get to this next one with the kick, but or with the tackle. But I actually kind of like the sound of the kick and roll a little bit. Like if it gets kickoffs back into it, and I think kickoffs are good. Instead of them kicking it off, it goes in the end zone. Like if they're gonna do that, then just get rid of it because that's stupid. Let them return it. And if you're worried about safety, I kind of like that. Nobody runs, so someone's not running at you at 45 miles an hour, full speed. So I kind of get that part of it for the safety part of it. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't think that's for sure yet. I think they voted on it today. I'm not sure if that was reported that was a done deal. But one that is a done deal is the NFL has banned the hip drop tackle. As defined in the NFL rulebook, a hip drop tackle is when a defender grabs a runner with both hands or wraps him with both arms, then drags him down. See, that sounds like a tackle. You know what I mean? Like the NFL banned the hip drop tackle, and it's defined according to the thing I saw it on Google. It's a hip drop tackle is when a defender grabs a runner with both hands or wraps him with both arms and then drags him down. That's a tackle. I don't understand like what the NFL is doing with this. I think this is a horrible rule. I think it's a horrible, horrible, horrible rule. I get that they're trying to like go away from injuries. I understand like the hitting people in the head, like all the spearing and all that stuff. But like, bro, this is a tackle. And like, if you go across the league on Twitter, all the NFL players hate it. Like they're not with even offensive players are like, what's going on? Like, dude, I think it's dumb. I get it because like they're trying to like get like but like the thing is they took away like you can't hit high. Now you can't horse collar, which I agree with the horse collar thing because that's like that could really tear someone up. But like now you all a hip drop tackle is you just wrap them up and you kind of like your weight. You just kind of go down and they go down. It's so stupid. It's a tackle. It is it's a straight tackle. It says it right in the rules. Both hands, wrap them up and drag them down. That's a tackle, bro. Drag them down is a tackle. Steve said the refs are going to get this wrong all year. Bad rule change. That's the thing too. Whenever they got these new rule changes, then it's like, do the refs know how to even, what one ref thinks is it's a penalty, the next ref doesn't? Like, I think it's just going to cause more problems. Is there like a bunch of injuries, like a bunch of stats that they have that say, hey, these are how guys are getting hurt, so we're going to stop it, and this is going to be it? I feel like, I don't know. They're just trying to make it harder for defense. What's up, Jake? He said, we are like 3 years away from just flag football. It's like a joke. It is so true. Like, they are ruining the game. I get the safety part of it. Everyone understands the safety part of it. But, like, at the same time, like, bro, they are playing a dangerous game. You know what I mean? All right, I want to get to this other one here. What do we got here? See if I can find this one. Oh, wrong one. Stay with me, folks. All right, here we go. So we're going to move it along. Packers are the 31st most expensive offense in 2024. So this is before Jordan Love deal, which might get done soon, might get done down the road. But right now, the Packers, only one team has spending less on offense than the Packers. I kind of want to go down this list real quick, kind of tell you who's what. Oh, this is the wrong list, bro. See if I got this list. Man, I'd be losing it. I don't think. Oh, here we go. Most expensive offense in 2024, the Browns, 188 million. I'm not going to go through the whole list because that'll take way too long. But you got the Browns at number one at 188 million, and then like the top five, you got the Rams, Cowboys, and Chiefs, and then that drops like 178, 158, 152. So the Packers are in 31st at 67.1 million. So they're way on the bottom, right? And that I think is like really interesting because obviously if they sign Jordan Love, that's going to change a little bit. But this is such a young and it's such a good offense. Not a lot of money being spent on it though. So that is like when you have like a window open to win a championship is when like you're not spending a lot. Remember that Seahawks team with like Russell Wilson because they had him on his rookie deal. The Packers don't get that because they let their quarterback sit for a while. But the rest of the offense, those wide receivers, tight ends, like they're all extremely young. Josh Jacobs is like one of the guys who got A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is not getting paid a ton. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're talking about the injuries thing still over there. Yeah, people are riled up about that. Let's see what Joey has to say. Joey, Matt, get some of your money out and help the team. No, I don't got money like that, Joey. But yeah, I think it's huge for the Packers to have a young, growing offense. I know people have been talking about like the defense. I saw a comment earlier. The defense is always carrying the Packers, but like I say right here, don't compare this team with the past. This is a new era. And like what I mean by that, because Packer fans, Viking fans always say Packers live in the past. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that you can't compare this team to like any Aaron Rodgers led team. This is Jordan Love, and it's a new defensive coordinator now. So like even like last year, talking about what the defense was in the past, it doesn't matter. This is a new defensive coordinator, a new defensive scheme. A lot of the same players, but they're going to be put in different situations. Keyshawn Nixon, he isn't going anywhere. I saw that. Where was that? Now I screwed that up again. I can't find nothing. But Wes Hodgkowitz talked about what Gutekunst had to say about Keyshawn Nixon. He said Brian Gutekunst offered good insight on the Keyshawn Nixon and signing him to a long-term deal. Said Jeff Hafley broke down Nixon's film and felt he was a good fit for his defense. Quote, I certainly feel really good about Keyshawn and what he did in his first year as a starter with many snaps in the nickel and where he's headed. He's having some stability there is something that gives me some peace. So I kind of like that because the new defense coordinator looked at him, said, I don't, a lot of people had a lot of opinions on Keyshawn Nixon last year, or every player that plays for the Packers. But new defense coordinator looked at him, said, hey, this is our guy. He can do like what I need him to do. So I'll say like the same thing I said last year, like with the offense. With the Packers is like be patient. Like this defense, I feel like people just need to chill out, see what they bring. If Hafley like doesn't bring it and this defense isn't good, then all the reason to talk some trash. But until then, I think people need to pump the brakes. Let's see what this defense has. Dude, this is going to be a really good football team. Dude, I feel like on both sides of the ball, we'll see what the special team says. They got to see what they're going to do at kicker. I know that's what everyone's talking about. Kicker. But it is what it is. What's up, David? How you doing today? Carl said a lot of teams seem to be signing players to a one-year contract, need to be incentive-based contracts. I feel like it's always been like that one-year deal, like the kind of that prove-it deal. But like I agree, like I see a lot of players, like these one-year deals. But I think a lot of them are prove-it deals. And just like if they don't have like the full confidence, let's just see what you got, and then maybe you get a bigger one. You know what I mean? But let's bring it up. We got ourselves, what do they call these? A $2 donation. What's up, Jake? How you doing? All love, big dog. Go Pack, go. I appreciate that. That's a beer. You know what I mean? Depends where you go. I appreciate that. Ryan says Stokes was pretty darn good at rookie. I'd like to see him get back to his old self after the injuries. And that's the thing, like with this new defensive coordinator, I feel like everyone's going to be hyped up. Jair, like everyone is just going to be hyped up. Everyone says like it's good for secondary. You know, he likes to do press a little bit. I mean, we've been saying the same thing all off season. That's why it's kind of like dragging out, you know what I mean? To saying like what this defense is going to do. But I do think people need to be patient. I feel like this is going to be a really good team. I feel like this offense is going to come out swinging. Another year, I feel like Jordan Love is feeling so confident. You see him like he's got podcasts out. He's talking to people. You kind of get like a feel for like what he's about, and he seems as confident as anyone can be, dude. I'm with it. And Josh Jacobs, I think, is going to be good. I think Matt LaFleur's got to be excited about this offense and the defense and the new leadership. You know, everyone was talking about last year with Joe Barry. Let's see what they got. You know, new guy running the whole thing. What's up, Dave? He said, we will see how Packers do with our new players. Yeah, dude. And with the draft, I don't expect definitely a Bush Light for sure. Ron, what's up? Yeah. Richie says, coming in late, but being a Bears fan, love the Jacobs pickup. Good deal, and he's part Filipino. Keep up the good work, man. I appreciate that, Richie. But yeah, I definitely think Josh Jacobs was a great pickup. I don't feel like there's any drop-off from Aaron Jones. I'm not going to dog Aaron Jones, but like, this guy's way better either. I feel like it's kind of like a neutral thing. I feel like he's a younger version, but I still feel like Aaron Jones can do all the things that he needs to do. You know what I mean? But I think I'm going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate y'all listening, watching. This will be on the podcast tomorrow. So if you just caught the end of it and you want to listen to the audio version, check out the Matt Ramage Show on Apple, Spotify, all the places. I'll be live here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week talking and just BSing with you fine folks. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Quick Trip for sponsoring the show as always. And see you next time, people. Go Pack, go. Thanks for watching.